Alright, folks, we're now down to the interview portion of our show. I would like to introduce our special guest today. His name is Cordarius Stevenson. Introduce yourself, Cordarius.
Good evening. I'm sorry, people. Good evening, listeners. Though this is Cordarius Trevon Stevenson, man, a native of Greenville, Mississippi, agriculture major here at Alcorn State University, and I'm so happy to be here to be given a chance to give my opinion on Black history.
All right, kick it off, DJ Lewis.
All right, man. So my first question I got for you today is, what would you like to see in the near future as far as it pertains to the progression of Black people?
Well, my thoughts on that, I feel like I want to see Black people taking on opportunities and not shying away from the light, you know, being courageous like our ancestors were. And I want us to unify and just come together and work together, man, because if we had that mindset that, you know, that mindset of the American dream when they want us to every man be for themselves, don't trust nobody, you're not going to progress. And that's how I feel.
All right, I'm going to comment on that one too. As far as he said, it's coming together. And unity-wise, I would like to see that instead of us just going against each other, because at the same time, it's like we kill more of ourselves than other people do. And I feel like we all should come together and unify as one and show people that we can be like how the people were before, such as King and everyone else. And I like to see that part of history not come back as far as slavery go, but the unity-wise, I like to see that in the Black community. So what you got to say on this, man?
I mean, yeah, I just agree with y'all, man. I just agree with y'all.
All right. Next question I got on, what do you know about Alcorn State University?
Oh yeah, Alcorn State University is a great university, a great school for Black people. It's more than just a HBCU. It's an 1890 university, land-grant university, which permits the government to give us funding to teach African Americans agriculture. And a lot of people don't know that Alcorn is an agriculture school, and agriculture is one of the most essential segments in our economy. So we need to really find out the know-hows of the crop production and animal production. And Alcorn is a good school to come to and learn those things.
All right, he basically touched up on some things that I would like to include, so I don't have too much to say on that one, but it's a good school.
Me neither, go ahead.
All right, so what do you think about the Black man in America today?
I see the Black man as being a distant franchise. Like, we don't really understand who we are, and we don't really be portrayed in positive roles. We don't really have too many role models other than sports figures, and I feel like we need to really educate ourselves and know our history. Because if we look back at our history, we'll have some good role models to look at. And if we look at the people that's in our face right now, they really don't have too much things that we can draw from that can, you know, give us strength or give us some type of, give us some type of encouragement or motivation. They motivate us to get money, but not in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? So we really need to look back. If we go back and look at the Black man, the real Black man, those like our grandfathers, you know, we have something positive to look at.
And my thing is, when you say the Black man and the real Black man, I feel like it was so many absentee fathers till we were raised by single mothers.
Right.
And I feel like we're at a generation now where the grandfathers were absentee fathers. So when you think about single mother, the grandchild, they know grandma, they don't really know granddad. Because I feel like we at an age now where I feel like absentee fathers kind of like start becoming at a more alarming rate during like maybe the 80s or 70s. And I feel like that's where we were. You know what I'm saying with that? And so I feel like we're at a generation now where we don't really know. It's a lot of absentee grandfathers out there. Not just fathers, but it's some grandfathers that were absentee fathers. Yeah. So we lost in that aspect of it too. So we really don't know. I guess we got to go back to great-grandfather to really grasp the real concepts of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, we lost.
Yeah. All right. I was going to touch on that one, but I'm going to just give my thoughts on this next one. What do you think about the black woman in America today?
I feel like the black woman is unappreciated, underappreciated. Black woman is somebody that should be really glorified because black women are they're smart, beautiful, and you know they just have natural strength, you know, and they nurture, and you know, black males they really don't respect women the way they should be respected. I feel like, you know, we have to start back appreciating our women and start handling our responsibilities and duties on protecting our women because if we don't, who will? You know.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that one, I'm gonna comment on that one about the black woman today. Like he said, I feel like they should be appreciated more too because, like, the women play a role in influencing the things that we do as a whole, as the male society. And it's like the times have changed. Like a long time ago, it was like the female was more respected and all of that. But now over the years and the younger generations, it's like it's just not the same how it was back then. And I feel like every man should have a good woman and that she can influence him to do positive things and keep him on straight too, you know, because sometimes we as males, we fall behind and we don't know where to go or where to turn to. But if you got a woman, you know, on your side that's strong and y'all care equally about each other, then, you know, it can be good. But a lot of it is just disrespected in our generation. I feel like we should go back to how it used to be, you know, way, way back. So that's my
And
thoughts on
I feel like just as the black man is lost, the black woman is lost. Yeah, they should be appreciated, but I feel like in order for you to be appreciated and to not be appreciated, which means that has been depreciated, right? So I feel like they don't really know their worth. Like, I don't know, I'm not going to dig too deep, but I see things that go on in our culture with our women that isn't so prevalent, you know what I'm saying, with other racial women, you know what I'm saying, as far as the marriage rate and children out of real life, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things that go on that we all just lost. I feel like a young boy wasn't taught to appreciate a woman the way that he should have been taught. And she wasn't taught to carry herself in a manner that she should have been taught to carry herself, you know?
That's
So,
true.
Cordell, what you got to say on that, man?
I mean, what's on my heart to say is, you know, we all know it's hard being black anyway, you know. And it's hard being a woman because, you know, they always put the woman second, you know. They say the male first and the woman second. But, you know, I feel like we got to just do our duties, man. Respect women, protect them, and make their lives easier because it's hard being black and it's hard being a woman. And, you know, we got to make their lives easier, man, because they're gonna be the ones that going to produce our next generation. All our children come through them.
All right. So what do you think about what you think our ancestors think about us today?
Oh, okay. Man, I think our ancestors, man, I mean, I don't feel like they would have anything negative to say about us because, I mean, I feel like it's really not our fault that we're lost because, I mean, I feel like, you know, we just been misled, you know, and for us not really knowing our history and knowing, you know, our roles in society like we should, we just a lost people right now. And I feel like, you know, once we educate ourselves and find out, you know, what's right, you know, when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And by us not knowing better, you know, that's the way life is right now.
Okay. Like he said, I don't think they feel like we are bad or anything like that, but we have been misguided over the generations. And I feel like we need more people like our ancestors to come back into society and really just help us as one and to be able to guide us to be stronger people. And we do need to know our worth, you know, instead of just stuff like sports and things like that about black people. Of course, we got some good athletes and all that, but we do need to have a history lesson about the great people before us and the things they stood for, and that can help us, you know, as a generation whole. So, Spin, you got anything on that?
I'm a pass, man. I'm a pass on that one, man. What you got next?
All right, last question, man. What do you think needs to happen in order for our people as a whole to progress?
Okay, well, we need to educate ourselves. Because, I mean, we can't do nothing because people not going to take us seriously if we don't know, you know, the law. For one, we need to know the law so we know how to protect ourselves. you know, the right way, because I mean we know what's right and we know what's wrong, but in the law, it's a whole different it's a whole different ball game. We got to really understand the law in order for us to run to it, and we got to understand that we can't do it by ourselves. We got to join up together. We can't no one man, change the world. I mean, we all got to join together in order we can get out of this situation that we're currently in. We got to come together and we got to unite. And we got to start working towards it. It's not going to happen overnight. So, I mean, there's going to be some sacrifices that are going to have to be made. But, I mean, once we understand that, everything going to fall into place.
All right. As far as us progressing as a whole, like he was saying, man, I just think we need the right people in position, the right leaders that know more than we know as a generation, like some of the older people that are still around, to be able to inform other people. They can inform us about, like I was saying earlier, history and things of that nature, and they can help us all come together. We just need the right guidance. And it starts at home, like I said, but if those people at home don't know anything, then they need to know the people that was before them also, to be able to just sit down and talk and be like, look, you need to know such and such and such, and just to have a big history lesson on things. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
I mean, I feel like both of you guys were spot on with the leadership and guidance, but I feel like it starts within us, man. I feel like we've been drugged through and brainwashed and misled for so long till we don't even want it. I feel like we gotta want it ourselves to even be, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
True.
I feel like what they've sold us, we've become accustomed to it, and it's like we've gotten so set in our ways to when people do try to revolt and try to say, look guys, here's the way, follow this, we like, man, he crazy, he don't know what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't know what he talking about. Like, those guys look at us like outsiders, and they can't garnish enough people, they can't get a big enough following to actually, make anything worth something take place. So I feel like it's gonna take something intrinsic in us in order for us to really rise up, because like I said, we can get all the leaders, but if he ain't leading nobody, then he's wasting his time.
Yeah, so basically we said we can have a leader, but we have to also be willing to listen at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank my guest, Cordarius, for being with us, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys for having me on the show, man, giving us the opportunity to talk about, these topics that are so, strategic to us moving forward and progressing, man, because we got to use our voices and we have to be heard, man. The media is a powerful tool, man, because, we have a voice. I just want to thank y'all again, though, man. Appreciate it.
Man, no problem, man. You come through anytime, man. Well, it's been a great show, folks. What you think, Lil Wilson? It was a good show?
It was a good show, man. We had to touch up on Black history and things of that such, but make sure you all also tune in next week, as we will have our Valentine's special.
Good evening, folks. You are now listening to WMPRL's 91.7, and you are now in tune to The Coldest Show.
The Coldest Show.
The Coldest Show on air. My name is DJ Spintastic.
What's good, folks? It be your boy DJ, your boy Lil West, and together we are
The Coldest Show on air.
We will be covering a variety of topics in music, from the latest in hip hop, R&B, country, throwback,